Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Introduction to Forex Trading series. In this episode, I'm going to be introducing you to a web-based trading platform called Tradingview. If you want to get access to Tradingview right now, below this video you'll find a button which will take you directly to their website. While learning to trade our strategy, you will need access to the Pro level plan, so we'd suggest going ahead and getting it. The Pro level plan is required for backtesting on the lower timeframes. Tradingview is not a large expense, and the good news is that this is typically the only paid software you're going to need as a trader. I'm sharing this software with you early in our education journey because if you have access to it now, you'll actually be able to follow along with us on the charts in future lessons when we're working to show you different aspects of trading. Tradingview is an asset to have in your trading toolkit because it's so mobile. Being a website, you can bring it with you anywhere. If you're at your friend's place and you need to check the charts, you can do that simply by looking up the website. Furthermore, it also has a good mobile app for when you're on the go. So with that said, let's get started with this lesson. Tradingview is going to be our primary market analysis tool. While trading, we need to have visual access to price data. And what we'll use this for is to plan out our trades. We're not actually going to be executing our trades from Tradingview because we have a better piece of software which is more suited to that purpose. That software is called MetaTrader 4, and we'll be talking about that at a later point in time. You may be wondering why we don't use Tradingview for all of our trading purposes. And the reason why is because it just doesn't have a very professional execution system or a very wide range of brokers to trade from, both of which are very important for our trading. So now that you know what Tradingview is and what we use it for, we're going to get practical. To do this, we're going to jump on the screen and I'm actually going to show you how to find Tradingview, set up some different aspects of it and use the tools which you'll need to trade the markets. Alrighty, so this is what you're going to see the very first time that you come to visit the Tradingview website. So what I'm going to do first is show you how to actually get to the charts. To do that, you'll simply come up to here and click Chart. Once you've gone ahead and clicked that button, you're going to be presented with a screen that looks something like this. When you get here, the first thing you're going to want to do is right click, select color theme and then go dark. This is much easier on the eyes. From here, you may choose to further customize the color scheme. To do this, you can go right click, select settings, and then you can play around with these settings. An example of something that you may want to do is drag this to 0 and then drag this to 0. Select OK, and now you'll observe a more clean visual appearance. You may also choose to come down here and select your time zone. Okay, so with those basic changes in place, I'm now going to show you how to set up your first watch list. When it comes to setting up a watch list, you'll just come up here and select Create New List. Now I already have a list, so I'm not going to create a new one, but that's where you would do it. The watch list feature is very helpful because you can track the pairs that you often trade. Next up, I'm going to show you how to search a currency pair. If you come up to the top left here and find this box, you'll see that you'll be able to search a pair by clicking on it. Then you'll just need to type the pair. So if we were to search USD JPY, we would find that it would be populated here. We can then go ahead and click and that will bring us to the pair. You will also want to have the ability to change time frame, and that can be done by clicking the time interval button. In this menu, you can actually change the time interval of the chart and set favorites. For example, if I wanted to set the 2 hour as a favorite, I can click that and you'll see it will now populate here. If we go ahead and click that, we will come to the 2 hour chart. You can also change the time interval by simply typing a number and then adding a letter corresponding to the time frame. For example, H for hour, M for month, or nothing for 1 minute. This is a handy way to change time frame. If you're interested in adding a new pair to your watch list, simply come up here and click the plus button. Once you've gone ahead and selected the item you want to add, you can just click the plus button. To get out of this menu and go back to the chart, you can either click the X or just hit escape. Next up, you'll want to understand the drawing panel. The drawing panel is full of different tools which you can use to annotate the charts. For example, you could draw an arrow. This drawing bar also has a very handy feature which is called the favorites bar. If you want to favorite a drawing indicator, simply click this button. What you'll notice is that you'll then get this drawing bar populating down the side here. This is very convenient for when you need to quickly access a tool for you to draw from, like so. If you want to remove a drawing that you've already placed, you can simply click it and go delete, or you can right click and go remove drawings. That will remove all of the drawings. One of the tools that we'll be using very frequently is the rectangle tool. You can also customize drawing tools themselves by clicking here and then exploring these different tabs. For example, you may choose to change the color of a border. This can be done by selecting these options. There are different thicknesses and a variety of different options which you can use to annotate the chart. Once again, to remove this drawing, we'll simply right click and go remove drawings. Another very handy tool which you will use when trading is the annotation tool. This can be found here. The annotation tool can be used to write text, which can be very useful for if you're trying to explain your trade to other traders. There are also other types of annotation tools which are more specific. One of my favorites is the callout feature, which allows you to draw an arrow and then write some text here. Write text here. This is particularly useful for pointing out something very specific on the charts. So we'll go ahead and remove those and move forward. Another very essential tool that you'll use to display your trades is the long position tool and the short position tool. As you can see, these are found within this section here. These tools will be used to display a position which we actually intend on taking in the markets. For example, we could set it up like that. We'll go ahead and clear those now. Another quick tip I want to point out is the magnet tool. Now I personally choose to use this, but it's really up to you. What the magnet tool will do is it will grab things as you move near them. For example, you can see that as I drag past, I get dragged to this specific point. This feature is particularly useful when we're trying to draw with precision. As you can see, if I deselect the magnet tool and then try and draw, it just lets me draw anywhere. It doesn't grab the end of a candle or the end of a body. Another very useful feature I want to point out is the alert feature. To set an alert, simply right click and go add alert. You can here select a variety of options for Tradingview to let you know when certain events are occurring on the charts. For example, with the crossing section, if price were to come through this alert, Tradingview would actually notify us either via our phone or on an email or just on the app itself. This is particularly useful for when you're tracking information but not actually watching the charts. I would highly recommend getting to know the system. I want to also show you how you can invert a chart if you want to view the other side of it. For example, here we're viewing USD JPY, but we could also view JPY USD, and by doing so, we'll actually flip the chart. Some traders like to use this simply to get a different perspective of the market. Another feature of Tradingview which you will make use of is the camera function. This function allows you to take a screenshot of a chart and then send that chart to someone else or save a copy directly on your computer. The option which you'll probably use the most is copy link to chart image. Now you can go ahead and simply paste it here. This will bring you to a photo of the chart. Finally, I'm also going to show you the trading panel, where you can actually go and connect different brokers into Tradingview itself. We don't really use this function because, as I said previously, we use MT4, although you may choose to complete some paper trading here inside of Tradingview while you're first getting used to the charts. So that's basically it. Tradingview is a pretty simple software, but it is very fantastic, and we highly recommend taking the time to get acquainted with it so that you can follow along with us during these lessons. With that said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.